stuff will happen, but a lot of it.
Let me put it this way, I don't think you're going to be disappointed in any way.
Also, you shouldn't be watching this show. That horrifies me. I'm going to clean those comics up just for you.
Are you a lot older than you look?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Let's say, how old are you?
12.
Okay.
You're not 12! What are you talking about?
I read them when I was 10.
Oh, wow.
I read the comics with,
I don't even know what to say
wait,
to
hold
that.
on.
What is your question, sir? Oh wait, turn the microphone on.
Oh, there we go.
My question is for Taylor. Like, since Sophia died in season 2, would you like another kid or say a girlfriend?
That was the creepiest and most logical question that I think a lot of us were thinking.
Well, I'm not saying it's not spoiling anything. There's Beth is 17. Let's see a little bit of that.
Dude,
Maybe.
that was. Do you know how creepy that question would have been if you were like 30 years old? I'm so glad you were 10. Hey, so, not the computer's not the picture or what? What's gonna happen?
Where's Carl?
Hey, man, what's happening?
Hey, I'm apparently out of the 8th demo for this show, I came all of a sudden. My question's for Rob and Gail. I really like the web series that you guys released between seasons. I was just curious if you end up doing a third one, have there been discussions about doing a story that's maybe running concurrently with what's happening on the series, like it would be released as the season's airing?
Because those are produced separately, we try to keep those as separate vignettes, something that teases the world and gets people excited about the return of The Walking Dead, but doesn't necessarily steal story from the actual show. And we like that those are their own separate thing, and we think they've turned out pretty cool. So we really like them.
All credit to Greg Nicotero for he won an Emmy for writing the episodes, and not only has he directed them, but he's directed 3 episodes this season of the show.
Yeah. Well, the comics and television show are on completely separate production paths as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the comic runs,
Yeah, so, no. Sorry. There's a comic. We should all buy it.
Greg's got a full-time job on the show.
Yeah.
He has to do that in the off-season.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's. Oh, even younger children. Is there a toddler or a fetus who has a question for the show that they should be watching?
Question is for like the actors, I guess.
Sure.
If you
Yeah, let's call them actors.
Second choice for the weapon, what would it
If you could what?
be? Have a second choice as your favorite weapon?
Oh, okay.
Flamethrower. Thank you very much. I'm British.
Maybe the Lancer that he did for Benzo. The Lancer is it's a machine gun with a chainsaw.
Been doing this all season today.
What about you, Norm? You totally have a shot with that girl.
Bazooka, maybe? Something loud.
Something loud.
Boondock Saints!
You're asking deny the weapon of choice.
Wrong channel. Wrong channel.
Deny, you have the perfect weapon in my opinion.
Yeah, I just can't think of a better one, honestly. It's just like, for katana. Maybe second to back of the katana.
Yes, Chuck Norris would be an amazing weapon.
Just for the fun value.
What do you think? What do you think, River?
Oh, about what?
What weapon do you want? Oh, you're it. Here's a weapon, too.
By the time it gets to me, I've already forgotten what the question was. If I wanted another weapon besides myself?
Yeah.
I always thought that I could have an apparatus that goes on the arm that was sort of like, you know how the World War II bazookas were, you put on your shoulder? Yeah, just a little bazooka that... Never mind. Never mind. Bazookas, no, you guys are too young for bazookas. How about a rocket launcher?
Wait, who's too young for bazookas? You kids don't know about bazookas.
Come on, kids, do you know what a bazooka is?
Get off my lawn! What's your question?
So this one's for Andrew. I'm actually here with my mom today, and she's a super dedicated fan. She actually has a giant Walking Dead tattoo that goes all the way around her leg. And she just wanted to know your opinion on it, if you wanted to see it. It's right here, yeah.
Okay,
She has to stand up, she's nervous.
Just in case my wife is on the internet. It's on her leg.
And everyone rushes.
Maintain control.
Oh my God, put your pants back on, man! Oh, I can't believe what's happening right now. There's nothing to see!
I don't even want to see it if I'm not on it.
Never in all my years of Comic-Con have I seen such a display. Actually, from our point of view, it does look weird.
What a cheap way to get a cop of a field.
I think that girl may win Jogger of the Year.
I think so. With that classic pickup line, my mom's got your face on her leg.
That is a first.
Hello. Top that.
I just need to say quickly, Norman, your eyes are beautiful.
Norman, your eyes are beautiful. Yes, I'm saying that.
And
They look just like your older brothers.
my question is, I guess for Robert, did you ever expect for like Daryl's character, since he's not from like the comics, did you ever expect him to become such like an icon for the show? Because he's so big and loved.
Well, because he's not in the comics, I actually dislike him and don't pay attention to him. I don't know anything about Daryl Dixon, but no, it's actually working on the comic and working on the show. Working on writing for Daryl Dixon and Merle Dixon and some of the characters that don't appear in the comics are kind of the most fun for me. I really like getting in there and it's doing something new, and the fact that the show has these new elements added in, I think is really awesome, and it makes the show that much cooler. And they definitely add quite a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I'm totally not kidding. An even younger girl. What is your question, madam?
This is for Chandler Ray.
Of course.
Sophia's out of the picture. Would you marry me?
When you saw Shane as a walker, did you want to kill him?
Whoa. Badass question.
Well, that night, it was cold. It was about, what was it, like 20, 19 degrees, yeah. It was freezing, you know, and it was, I can't really say if I wanted to kill him or not. I'm trying to think. So, well, I mean, well, I thought he got bitten. I mean, I didn't.
That with mom. Did I just say that?
Yes. Replay that.
Rick's still processing a lot of those feelings. But you didn't know, I mean, like, this guy is basically your uncle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so, I mean, I guess I wanted to shoot him. You know, by then I realized that I couldn't, you know, still live in this world without, you know, turning into a man, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean...
Oh, wait, I have an awesome question. If Rick got bitten, would you shoot him?
Yes.
Whoa! That's what you gotta do.
What would you want to suffer? Would you want to suffer a horrible death of being bitten?
Thank you.
Very nice. What is your question?
Hi, my question's for Norman. I just wanted to know why you think Daryl spent so much time and effort looking for Sophia in season 2.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, there's a backstory of Daryl being an abused kid and being left on his own. And I think, you know, in this circumstance, he's trying to figure out who he is, sort of for the first time. And I think he felt if he could clear that up, he could clear some things up in himself. So I think it became very important. And also, Melissa's character, Carol, they sort of gravitate towards each other because they're both damaged people. So I think there was a kindred friendship there that we tried extra hard to keep.
Doesn't it feel, I feel like, and I haven't seen anything that would suggest this, but it just feels like there is a chemistry brewing between the two of you.
I mean, you know, I just think that Daryl has no game at all. You know, I think if there's going to be a kiss or something, I think someone's going to make a move on him and he's going to be like, I don't want him to, you know, rip his shirt off and, you know, push somebody up against a tree. I mean, it's gotta, like, you know, Gail was talking about it earlier, it's gotta evolve to that. I think if it's before it's ready, then, you know, he's just gonna cry.
It's love, man. It's not an owl you can shoot.
I mean, I just can't see him cuddling. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. You know?
All right, what is your question, man?
My name is Priscilla, and my question is, will we ever know what actually happened to Sophia?
Oh. Yeah, she died?
I mean, how did she turn into a zombie? Like,
bit her.
like how?
In the woods. Really she was put in a barn?
I mean, honestly, all joking aside, you know, most of the story is there, and, you know, as a writer, you know, we try to, you know, put events, you know, in front of you, and we like that there is some interpretation left, you know, that you can imagine, like, how long was she in the woods, you know, how long did it take for Otis to find her, how did Otis get her into the barn without anyone else knowing that she was there, and, you know, there are little things things that, are just kind of fun little bits of information out there that, kind of imagine for yourself.
Next question. Thank you.
Sure. Yes.
Hi, my name is Nora, and this is a question for all of you. Let's just say the zombie apocalypse happened tomorrow. What would be the first thing you guys do?
Get away from this building and all these people. This would be the worst place. Seriously, one person domino effect, 100,000 New Yorkers.
People are here dressed up in zombie costumes.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't know who is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shoot, we don't have a gun. We don't bring our guns with us.
Yeah. What do you? What? Say more, see, since you're new. What is your zombie plan? What's your
I just head straight to Woodford. That's what zombie-free zone, you just get in there, our taxes are good, we've got a very good plan for the future. You want to come to me, you want to come and live in my place.
All right.
I think I was definitely clear on the Dodge, for sure.
What is your name, sir?
Hello, my name's William. I had a question for Norman. What is it like to have your brother back on set, and do you think it's going to change your character back to maybe being a little more unlikable?
A little more what?
Unlikable.
Well,
Don't get me wrong, you have beautiful eyes.
You mean more unlikable than he already is?
Yeah, I think, he's going to revert back a little bit to the little brother. But I keep saying, he's kind of like your drunk uncle you take to a Christmas party. Shut up, dude, shut up, there'll be a little bit of that, for sure. And that gets tested quite a bit in season 3.
And you're great, Michael Rooker. Don't take no offense.
He's the best.
Yeah, right, buddy.
Yes, your question.
Hi, my name is Alexandria. And this is a question from an actor to the actor, so for the whole cast. I was wondering, what was your process with your character analyzation and within the development of your character from the first season to the new season? Obviously, Carl has changed so much in the books, and I'm just wondering how everyone has exactly changed and what was your process within getting into that character?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that really attracted me to Blade is the fact that, and I think Robert says it very eloquently, it's about change. These characters, you change. If you don't change, you die. If you don't adapt into this world, you die. And for an actor, starting at a place where a man wakes up in a hospital and has no clue what the world is now, and discovering it. The first season felt very much like a linear sort of, this is the new world now, and people were processing that. The second season was very much for me, a struggle for leadership. And this season, the show opens up, and you have a clash of, two camps and two men and two ideologies. So, and it's one of the most exciting things, I think, in the novel, in the book as well, is the fact that you get, it seems that the zombies sort of become less of a threat than the actual human threat. And certainly I think that I'm going to the dark side this season. And it's been, I've been waiting to do this. I go crazy, and I'm still kind of there. So I'm having, oh really? You still love me crazy? Have you got a tattoo? How much do you love me?
That's a fair question. I mean, it is, Rick really did, the time for being sensitive, he just broke a little bit at the end, okay, sit down and shut up. Basically.
Yeah, it was great. Loved it, man. All this whining. You know what I mean? It's a zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
Well, I think what's really great, though, is on a lot of shows, no matter how long they run, the characters tend to just like, well, these are the characters, and you kind of know how they're going to react in the situations, but, you know, particularly because the environment is hostile as it is, you have a storyline where the characters are constantly evolving.
I think that's right. I think that, you know, it's terrible when we lose characters like John Byrne. You know, shame. What an amazing actor. And Jeff DeMond, you know, Andy Rothenberg. You know, Jeff DeMond's in the house.
Oh, there he is. Oh, stand in line. Amazing. My question is Dale going to come back?
But it is, you know, I think it's true. It will be the enduring strength of the show is that we can kind of reinvent ourselves. You know, people queue up and then the group dynamic changes and the show changes. And it's a terrible loss when you lose great friends. And, you know, I stab them in the chest and my son shoots them in the head. But, you know, I mean, I love the fact that it keeps evolving, it keeps moving on. And I think that, you know, yeah, it's just about honouring the story that Robert wrote, you know, and just telling that story and keeping it true and real, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard changing from just, I mean, we all sat down in your house and we talked about the past, however long it was, you know, and it was just, we were thinking about how we would be able to do this, you know. I mean, some of the scenes in season 3, I mean, I read the script and I didn't know if I'd be able to do it, you know. And I mean, it was really, some of these scenes are really, really hard to film. And I just didn't know how it would work out and how I would be able to do this. And
You
so,
nailed it, by the way. Every single scene.
It's funny,
and by the way, I hate your shirt.
Do you secretly love it? You know you do. You know you do.
I actually have a shirt like that someone gave to me at a convention. It's a Where's Carl shirt. So.
Oh, well, that kind of.
I've actually wore it too, so.
Thank you.
It's funny, every time, Chandler, every time you talk, like, there's a little bit of snickering because no one your
Stay
age
in the
is
house,
as
Carl.
articulate
Stay in the
as you
house.
are. Like, you start talking and people are like, he's totally smarter than me. Like, what is your name, sir?
My name is David, and then I gotta say you are awesome at Tremaine. And my question is that, is there going to be a cure, and is The Walking Dead actually going to explain where?
Yeah, how does it end? How does The Walking
Because
Dead
I
end?
remember in The Talking Dead you mentioned aspirin.
Yeah, we cure it in the opening of this season, and then it's just like picnics and, you know, people hanging out, doing laundry together and chatting.
And then there's a really hilarious zombie flashback episode when they think about the comedy adventures they've had together.
We just show clips.
Yeah.
Because they're stuck in an elevator.
Stuck in an elevator. He can't tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what I have heard you say about the comic before is that and I don't know anything about the show, but you said it's kind of not important. Like, the fact is, it's just the way the world is.
Yeah, I mean, fixing the problem, finding a cure, I mean, that to me would be incredibly boring. If these characters were having to go to a lab and study things that went on, and I mean, it would be a completely different show. This show is about these characters living day to day, finding supplies and surviving together, and that to me is much more engaging, and that's the kind of story that we want to tell.
What is your name, sir? Microphone.
Okay, no more questions from that line.
Line short.
You want to go to shout it? Sure.
Yell it, just yell it.
Another Call of Duty game.
Everyone, shut up, shutting up!
Oh my God, let him talk.
You're not letting him talk!
That's it.
That's a yes?
Question for David.
Yeah?
Not an easy job.
The question was, do you think you've succeeded in playing the same twisted governor we've come to know and love?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I think, we've got 16 episodes coming out, so it's starting tomorrow, and I think that's the development of the Governor. You're going to have to see it. It is different from the Governor in the comic books, but it's no less out there. It's just different, I think. But I think it's very out there. I mean, it's quite, you're going to have to wait and see. I think with all these characters, when you equate them to the comic book, there's a sense that you're waiting for those scenes, waiting for that, whatever, the adventures that they go through. But, we're trying to deliver different things as well. So, it's quite, without giving anything away, it's in the spirit of it, definitely in the spirit.
But also, I mean, you kind of got to trust, you trust Kirkman and you trust the creative team, and you know that they're not going to bring a character on that's just like, like they're going to raise the stakes every season with each new character. So I would guess that it's probably going to exceed your expectations. That's my guess.
There's a lot of dark stuff on the horizon. Just, be on the lookout. Snowboarding camera. Painting portraits, skipping down the streets of Woodbury. There's a lot of heavy stuff ahead.
Although I did.
The offer is still up.
All right, I think more questions. Yes, sir.
Oh.
I know. We should be here for 5 hours.
Thank you. Thank you. 5 more!
What is your question, sir?
He's the last question.
Well, probably should have the place where the show is. What's your question? Why?
Are all of our mics off now?
It has nothing to do with us.
Oh, that on Dish Network?
Yeah.
It's a contract dispute.
I think that's above all of our pay grades. But,
Yeah.
Are we doing Dish? Is that what we're doing?
If it's screw Dish! Robert Kirkman says, extra. Listen, if it were me and I loved the thing that was not available on another thing, I would probably change the thing. That's what I would do, rather than waiting for everything to just fall into my lap. What is your question?
Hi guys, my name is Sonia and I'm from Queens, New York. And I have a question for Mr. Lincoln or Mr. Kirkman, either one. So with Lori gone in the comic book, I'm assuming this event will take place in I'm sorry.
What she said?
She said gone. That's all she said.
The comic.
She
got killed?
Rick and Sean or Rick and Andrea? I know you may not want to know that.
Shut up!
Wait, people! Wait.
Yeah!
Are you saying boo or boo earns?
Burn her.
Look, there are events in the comic book, very big events that may be spoiled, that do occur. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to happen in the TV show this season or next season or at all, and that's kind of the beauty of the television show. So while that is something that does occur in a comic book, you can all, thank you. You can all watch safely, knowing that, even if you have seen these events happen in the comic, the television show is going to occur much differently and is going to be completely engaging.
I think one more question that will not inspire rage from the crowd.
All right. This is a question for all the actors. My name's Dave. Big fan of the show. Has anyone ever been injured on set while taking out a walker?
No one gets injured on the set.
Or what was the most serious injury?
Yeah, I mean, we all are injured all the time.
Yeah.
No, it's very safe. What are you doing?
It's very safe. Nobody gets hurt.
We treat our actors well.
I broke a nail last week.
It's a tough set. It's a tough set.
It's a tough set. I mean, that's the show we're doing. We couldn't do this on a soundstage in Burbank. You know what I mean? So, we do it for real, and we all get hurt. We pick ourselves back up, slam another coffee, and do it again. I think
Alright, you have to sit down now.
I went down to visit the set, and I
Have to sit
really
down
want you
now.
to understand
He
the
was the
kinds
last.
of conditions, because a lot of you are like, oh, acting, that's not hard.
They're done.
They're literally like in the dead heat of the Atlanta summer, carrying weapons and fighting and melees. Like, it's intense, and you guys work like 6 days a week. I mean, it's insane. So I really hope you appreciate what they go through to make this show for you guys. It's really intense.
Michelle's a very active chick, and so, it was like, stepping into her activity and her dexterity was like a little scary, but what's awesome is that, I had my little, issues with falling and whatever, and, went to a chiropractor, he said, yeah, your hip bone's facing this way, your coccyx is facing that way, what the heck? But, it click, click, and I was fine. But,
She said coccyx.
Tailbone. Yeah, he doesn't have much game either. Man, he really does get a lot, actually. But, it's really fun. I mean, when I go home and I'm like worn out, my body's aching, I feel like, I earned my check. You know what I mean? So I love that. I love the rough and tumble.
Also, the guys who play the walkers, they're throwing themselves around all over the place. I mean, the conditions they work in is just unbelievable. We can't complain for the heat and everything else that we do. Those guys are just out there. They're fantastic. Everybody comes in and
You know what, I do a lot of physical stuff on a lot of shows that I've done, and this this show is just beautifully brutal.
So, before we wrap it up, first of all, I do want to say, Talking Dead comes back tomorrow night too. I'm actually leaving here and going to the airport. Thank you. I think the way it's going to work is Walking Dead episode repeat of that episode, and then Talking Dead. So I think that's how it's going to work tomorrow. I love you! I hate you! But Gail, you wanted to say something before we wrapped it up.
You know what? All of us on the panel here are so lucky to be here with all of you. But we are one big family, and I'd really like you guys to give a shout out to Glenn Mazzara and the entire talented writing team.
Showing you once again, because it's so awesome and you need to see it on big screen, the trailer for season 3. So watch The Walking Dead tomorrow night. I'm headed back to LA, and I will see you guys.